Good morning, Mario, and good morning, Switch fans. Brand new Monday, and it is a great one. New favorite shirt is on. What do you think? Indie World coming this week. Humongous sale on big Switch games and more. So we've got a great show for all of you. What's going on, everybody? It's Zach from SwitchForce. Hope you had a great weekend and are ready to settle in to another week that could be better than the last week. It really could. Give it a chance. Make sure to hit that like button if you enjoy the show, and let me know your take on today's topics in the comments down below. As per usual, we love to roll right into things, but if you're brand new here, thanks for joining. Make sure to subscribe. It's about to be the hot season because stuff is starting to brew, and E3 and the big June Direct only a month away. We kick it off with a fan-freaking-tastic Pokemon sale that you gotta move fast on, like at least Sonic speed, because Best Buy and Amazon have up to 50% off pretty much every Pokemon game. This is a fantastic sale, so I advise you grab it if you've been waiting. I don't think these games will be lower than this anytime soon. We've got new Pokemon Snap down to $40, which feels like a pretty good price for a game that some might say is simplistic, but definitely built on the foundations established in the original Pokemon Snap, and they have done DLC since, and the game is bigger. Now we have Pokemon Shining Pearl and Brilliant Diamond, each for $40, down from $60. That's saving 33% on the remakes that released late last year. Sword and Shield are $40, down from $60, and if you want to get ready for Gen 9, that is your precursor, Gen 8. And then of course, Let's Go Eevee and Let's Go Pikachu, the first Pokemon titles released on Switch, are 30 half off, and I just love that art style. Something about that is really appealing and charming to me. You can't go wrong really with any of these games, and if you want to get in the Poke spirit before they fully unveil Scarlet and Violet, which should be happening in a couple of weeks, then this is a fantastic sale. I'll put a link in the description if you want to snap it up now. Make sure to let me know if you do grab anything, and if you do, you might be in need of a new memory card. My fantastic friends at Lexar make the Play Card. It is the perfect Switch memory card. With file sizes getting up there, and with games coming and coming and coming, I see a lot more people needing extra storage. The fact is, the Switch does not provide you with many, so why not grab a memory card that is fast, reliable, and huge? It goes up to 1 terabyte, and every time you click the link in the description down below, it helps support the channel, so I'd super appreciate if you check them out. That's the Lexar Play Card, the best memory card, SwitchForce approved. Ooh, you know what else is SwitchForce approved? Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I love these guys, and Shredder's Revenge is coming soon. Maybe even sooner than we expect. Anyways, sites got hands-on previews with the game, and it seems to be a bit up and down, but based on what I'm reading, I'm very excited. This truly is a throwback to the OG Ninja Turtle games of old, and some people don't like that. I feel like it's too simplistic, and yeah, this is a side-scrolling beat-em-up based on an arcade game, so it's gonna be simplistic, but I really like the previews that focus on the ways it has improved, like a dodge button and different combos and attacks for the different characters. Plus, they only got to play 2 levels. That doesn't sound like a lot, and I'm guessing the bigger baddies, the better bosses, and the cooler visual aesthetics are saved for later on in the game. First 2 levels is basically intro, so let's wait and see. I think this game is gonna be fantastic, and maybe we get a release date very, very soon, because I want to tell you about a big indie world debacle that is going down on the internet. All right, less of a debacle, more of a Guardians of the Galaxy forming together. But instead of Gamora and Groot, it's Emily Rogers and Nate Drake uniting the Nintendo Stones to predict an upcoming indie world. Look, we haven't had an indie world in a really long time. They normally take place in March or April. By my calculation, it's not March or April. We're into May, and we know that Nintendo will provide a June Direct, so their timeline is shrinking if they want to do indie. And Emily Rogers posted last night, any fans of indie games in here? And man, oh man, does that sound like a tease if I've ever heard a tease. Emily Rogers has like a 100% record when it comes to directs in indie worlds. She only talks about them if she is sure. And randomly posting any fans of indie games in here really seems like she is gunning for an indie world this week. Plus, Nate Drake posted a poll asking, when do you think the next indie world will be? And the first option is this week. Now, I am going to predict, based on some other things that I've heard, we have an indie world Wednesday. That is gonna be my guess, and I bet you hear it announced tomorrow. That's what I'm thinking, and it seems like Nintendo will want to get this show on the road before the E3 season really kicks off and give indie games their shine. But as exciting as it is to get a Nintendo presentation for the first time since February, let me warn you, let me be the voice of reason. Hollow Knight fans, I'm sorry. Don't bug out. We're not gonna hear about this game here. I really don't think so. Because Hollow Knight Silksong was first featured at Nintendo's E3. They showed it off in a tree house and it was playable on the show floor with all their other big games. I think this game has well outgrown Indie Worlds. It sounds kind of a bit haughty, but it's just the facts. I feel like this is going to be a big reveal for Nintendo at a major direct. And at the same time, I don't know how far along Team Cherry is. I mean, you'd think it's out of its larva state, but we don't know. We haven't really heard or seen anything in years. And maybe they were affected more deeply by all of the things going on in the world in the pandemic, and perhaps they really hit some hiccups along the development path. I don't know, but I do know it will not be an Indie World. There will be some other sweet games. We could hear from Sports Story again. There's going to be some surprise drops as always, and I think it'll be a really fun show as we ramp up into the summer, but I don't think you're going to hear about bugs. At least not the hollowed out kind. At least not the Hornet kind. Hopefully that comes next month. But yeah, Indie World seems like it is happening and I am super stoked. We will cover it together. We will live stream it as soon as that announcement is made. I'll fill you in on exactly when and where. And yeah, just cross your fingers right now until that thing happens. We got a Nintendo financial call tonight. And then I think after prepping the investors, they will announce the Indie World. We'll have to wait and see, but let me know what game you'd want to see at Indie World. And please don't pick Hollow Knight. It's not going to be there. I'm so sorry. Please pick something else. Thank you. Now, speaking of picking something else, Nintendo updated their Nintendo Switch Online app to include themes. You can pick a different theme. It's just light and dark. The same themes that are on the Switch are now on the Nintendo Switch Online app. I don't even know what this is for. I mean, I know people use it to like communicate, but does anyone actually use this? What is the concurrent player base of the Nintendo Switch Online app? I think everyone just uses Discord or their phone, or just says forget it and plays by themselves. Do any of you use the online app? And by golly, why are they adding the same themes we have on Switch? Dark and light, man. Maybe that's what we're gonna get forever. I'm still hopeful for themes on Switch after folders were added, shockingly, 5 years in. Fingers crossed again for that. But yeah, fill me in on if you ever use this app. It got updated to 2.1, got the light mode. I don't know. I don't even have it downloaded. All right, we gotta talk about the weirdest meetup in the history of Nintendo. I think this is legendary, and I love how stoked Miyamoto was to tell this tale. Apparently, Kanye West came to the Nintendo booth unannounced without any prep and said, I want Miyamoto, and he pitched him on a game. And Miyamoto didn't think this was like stupid or weird or obnoxious. No, he thought it was very interesting and quote, very moving. He was very excited that Kanye wanted to come talk to him, and he said, wow, Kanye West wants to make a video game with Nintendo. Now, we later learned that Kanye West's game called Only One Game was kind of crazy, and it never even came out, so apparently he did not find a true partner. But I love this story that Miyamoto and Kanye shared the same room. He showed up at the booth. He came to E3. He was like, I'm not dealing with PR. I'm not dealing with email. I'm not dealing with executives. I'm going straight to the man, Mr. Mario Maker, the actual Mario Maker. Make my game. Kanye West is bold like that, and you gotta give him credit for at least some of his bravado. Maybe not all of it, but at least some of it. And hey, good to know that Miyamoto is a fan. That's really a fun story and one of my favorites from Nintendo lore. Y'all though going a little crazy on Nintendo lore because today's poll is about which game is better. And I gave two interesting ones that I feel like really kind of line up in a strange way, but also in a smart way. It's Splatoon 2 versus Mario Party Superstars. Mario Party Superstars being the evolution from Super Mario Party that actually brings us what we want with a lot of old stuff, but kind of finely tuned and with a great assortment of minigames. And Splatoon 2, the evolution of Splatoon 1 that packs in a lot of new content such as the Octo expansion. They're multiplayer games, they're Switch Online games, they're fun games, they have a lot of charm and appeal to all ages, hardcore and not so hardcore. And I was shocked that y'all picked Mario Party Superstars. What? 58% picked MP to 42% on Splatoon. And I don't know if it's just because Splatoon 3 isn't showing all that well so far, or if Splatoon 2 in hindsight wasn't as hugely fun as I remember, but this is crazy. I know Mario Party has a mega audience, but man, you guys shocked me with this one. I think they're both great games. We do need some DLC though for Mario Party. They got to. New boards. I hope we get that announced at the E3 Direct. It should be super easy and would be a great way to have Nintendo earn some money. I mean, we'd all pay $9.99 for 3 more boards. Wouldn't you? Wouldn't you? Wouldn't you also come back tomorrow for a big GMM? Because Nintendo is releasing their financials. They'll have a big call, and we'll have a lot to talk about there. I'll see you all then. Thanks so much for being here. Hope your week is starting off well. Grab those Pokemon games if you're interested. And until next time, my wonderful people, thanks for supporting me to do what I love to do with you. I love you a lot. Stay safe, stay healthy, stay happy, stay positive out there. And until next time, SwitchForce out.